Hey, it's your girl Kdid, come back out to you one more time. This is a video actually about homelessness, as you can see from the title. I just want you to be aware of certain things that's happening right now. With the pandemic, a lot of families... Alright, before I talk about the subject, if you're the first time watching this video, hi, it's Kdid, and also I used to be homeless in a shelter in New York City. I'm going to talk broadly about New York City when I'm talking about this issue, but this issue goes for all the states. To be honest, it depends on where you live, you know what I'm saying? So I want us to be able to help out a lot of people as they can, and I hope this word gets out there, and I hope people are just acknowledging this problem, and hopefully could be able to help by just getting the word out there. Share this video, comment down below, tell me what you think, tell me what you think my next steps can be, and I'm gonna tell you the steps I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be trying to write a letter. You know, I don't write that great. We're trying to do it as simple as possible and send it out to my local I was about to say, what's it called? It's a mayor, but that's not what I was struggling with. Is council person for the area that I live in. You can Google your area and you can send a letter off to these people to make sure these things are happening. Things are happening, and they're happening very slow, and I don't like that. So as you know, the pandemic is going on for a lot of people around the world because it's a worldwide problem, not just like a New York problem or America problem. It's a world problem at this point, and we all need help in certain ways. The people who are getting the short end of the stick in a way is one people are the children. People obviously who are sick and dying, I know, is getting the short end of the stick also, but right now I'm talking about education. And the reason why I'm talking about education, honestly, I should have done this in September, but I didn't think to do it. I thought about it, but I didn't think to really, you know. I might have some interviews with some people in a shelter. If you want to come, if you live in a shelter right now and you want to be a part of my next video or next upcoming videos coming up for next couple of weeks, definitely inbox me, DM me or email me about your situation and just talk to me, and you know, you can get on that. All right. So as you know, many children have went back to school starting late August and September in New York City, and I want to say New York State because it's, you know, yeah. So a lot of kids in a homeless shelter, and a lot of kids who are even just not in a homeless shelter, but right now I'm gonna talk about the homeless shelter in Pacific, yeah. I'm gonna talk about people in the homeless shelter right now because they're basically misfortunate people, right? Some people were in there before the pandemic, some people are in there during the pandemic because they can't afford to pay for rent, fires, different things can make a person homeless. It can't just have to be they don't like. Also, people are losing jobs, so they're also becoming homeless because of that reason. And I think because of the pandemic, it's making people more aware and more understanding about certain issues what's going on right now with people, not just them. You feel me? I probably should have put this away. I want to move my hands and I can't. So I'm gonna put this on the bed actually. Hope I don't forget that it's there, and I'm just gonna, you know, yeah. So people who are in the shelters have children, right? And if you did not know, if you're in a shelter, right, if you're a parent, you have to stay there with your child. If your child's under 18, they can't stay in the shelter by themselves, right? Okay, so a lot of shelters do not have internet capabilities, right? They don't have Wi-Fi or hotspots in the shelter, which that's a problem right now because all the kids right now are home and because they have to stay home. Well, majority of the kids, the school actually shut down. This is November 19th. School actually shut down today again, so everybody have to be doing remote learning regardless of what school you go to in New York City. Anyway, public schools, I'd say that. Charter schools already have been remote. Public schools, I don't know why I went back, but they was going remote, and they was doing hybrids basically for students, which at this point I think is ridiculous because you just don't have the situation under control just yet to be doing things like that. But who am I? I'm just one human in this vast world just trying to make a difference. And yeah. So, what they were doing for people in a shelter, and I think they should have done this for everybody, to be honest, was giving out tablets, and it was also giving out hotspots for these tablets. Some tablets got it, some tablets, you know, whatever. Some people weren't getting tablets at all. They supposed to be issued to the students, and mind you, DHS, which is, you know what it is, I'm not gonna, Department of Homeless Services, there you go. I didn't want to say it wrong. I'm like, oh, I'm forgetting, like, but they're supposed to be, you know, making sure they have a number of people they know is in the shelter. Then you go to the school, you get it from the Board of Ed, you know, all this stuff. If I remember to get the links down below of who in the school you're supposed to be actually, if you don't know, if you're in the shelter and you're watching this and your child needs a tablet, people, you'd be surprised. People still don't have tablets. People still don't have internet connections. And it's not the same people. Bump adults, children who are our future don't have these things. And it's like, I'm confused. Why are we prioritizing this thing? And it's like, is it important? It's not like, oh, we're giving them Nike sneakers, we're giving them an Apple phone. Oh, another problem too. These tablets, the laptop they're giving the children is good. I've also gotten so far a laptop and a tablet from the school system, so I know what is working, what's not. The laptops, excellent, great, thumbs up. I don't know what it is. Probably didn't want to invest in the Apple iPod. I don't know. I've never had a Chromebook before, like the tablet version. It's garbage. The volume is horrible. I mean, disastrous. Disaster. They're horrible. They always freezing. The little what do you call it, the stylus, the little pointer thing, because I thought it was only Katanya. I thought it was like, you know, but apparently other kids are having a problem. And now today her school actually said, oh, granted, I think yes, if a child is damaging these things, it should be a problem, but I thought it was like, oh, something wrong with that tablet, because when I first got it, it started seizing up without anything happening to it. Like the first day it's seizing up, right? But I got a second tablet because they gave me another tablet, and the tablet is also seizing up. So I'm like, they just invest in the Apple, like an Apple tablet. If they want to give people tablets, get them an Apple tablet. The Apple tablet works phenomenal. Samsung, I think, is garbage. I've had those too, and my Apple one stays for years. They function. The battery might go down on you a couple of years, but if you get, they're expensive, but it's cost the money. Like, I'm like, it's cost the money. It's worth the money. You understand what I'm saying? Let me get back on track. So some buildings cannot, I guess they have two SIM cards that I know of so far. They have a Verizon SIM card and a T-Mobile SIM card. I love me some T-Mobile, but apparently some T-Mobiles, I guess, is not, you know, some buildings they can't take, like, you know, some buildings in New York City, I don't know about other states, I live in New York, and the SIM card or the phone, cellular phones, cannot work through the buildings. That's what it seems like it's happening, so people have to get switched out from the T-Mobile to go to Verizon because they have more power, which I'm tight because I love me some T-Mobile, but the kids need to get some education out there. You know, understand what I'm saying? Yes, Katanya? I'm sorry. Okay, that's fine. Go just take a shower, okay? That's my daughter, okay? Just tell me the toothbrush, bro. If you care what she's had to say. I'm, you know, as you know my videos, I'm not gonna edit that out. I'm a mom. You know what I do. I'm here. I'm out there, so this is how it goes. This is how life goes for me, you know? So I'm just putting that information out there. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of problems, kids are just not getting it because they don't have internet access. If you don't know, compared to any other population of children, homeless people are usually the people who have the worst, like, not basically they have bad attendance in school. It could be because of many reasons. New York City, before the pandemic happened, tried to put people who are in school age, which is basically 5 to basically kindergarten to 12th grade, nearer to their schools. But sometimes they put the homeless shelters near to their schools. Sometimes they don't really care if they don't have space or whatever. Sometimes I feel like they just don't care, or they're trying hard enough. They put the kids somewhere else, and it takes a long journey to even get to where they have to go. You understand what I'm saying? You get it. So before the pandemic happened, their attendance was horrible. Now the pandemic is happening, it's gotten worse. And it seemed like because they're not regular students or people in regular homes or whatever, they seem like they just brush under the rugs like they're nobody. No, they're somebody. Because many people who are rich now and, you know, whatever, they came out of homeless people. So they are going to be our future. We just have to make sure we mold them to the people that they need to be. And the only way we can mold them and make sure they're not 2, 3, 4, 5 years behind in schooling is by giving them tablets, making sure they have the resources to succeed in life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we need to get on this. They have some different initiatives coming out, but it's like people are just talking, but nothing's happening. We've been in this pandemic since basically March. We should have been prepared for this since March. A whole another school year happened and people are just, no, we should have been set this up. They had a whole summertime to set things up for these children, and it's not being done. Yeah, they're putting out these new initiatives. People can put a lot of things on paper, but if the money's not we don't have the money. No, you have money for a lot of stuff. Because guess what? The kids are not in school right now, so they're not using soap. They're not using electricity. Teachers still have to get paid because they're still getting taught. I mean, they're still teaching, so I understand that. They're not using paper. They're not using supplies. They're not they're giving out food, but honestly, compared to what they probably, I'm not even sure, I don't know stats for this, I could be totally wrong for this, but compared to how much food they was giving out before in the regular school year, I doubt they're giving out that now, because kids hardly liked it before, so I'm damn sure no, they're not getting that food now. So because my daughter's school is right there, and I don't go for no food at all. I cook my own food at my house and I give it to my child. You feel me? You feel me? So it's like, you have so much money. Granted, I know with this whole thing going on, a lot of resources and money is going out there, but it's not like it's something was frivolous. It's not like it's something what doesn't matter. It's just people's education. These are our children, not even college students. These are our children's education here, and it seems like nobody cares about it enough to help them. So if you need to write to your mayor, congressperson to help get more, they did some buildings here and there, but the point is that the whole shelter system and like homeless shelter should have been done already. We're in November 2020. We're in November. This should have been done already. Like, it don't make no sense to me. And apparently they only giving students a certain amount of data. They should be getting a certain amount of data. They should be getting unlimited. Unlimited. Come on. A certain amount of data? What if we gotta do research projects? What if we gotta do a book report and they can't go to a library to probably look for the book online? What if they, like my daughter's school, they have to do this thing called Amplify, and they have to go on a certain amount of hours a week, and if you get a certain amount of hours a week, you get to go on this board saying you did the most reading for that week. A child can't do that if they only have a little amount of data. They're not gonna be able to be the best person they can be, and they don't have the resources we can give them. Like, guys, I implore you, and I feel like other states probably have this problem, but I'm not sure. I don't know that many people from other states. If you are listening to this and you live in a different state and this problem is happening, share this out so people can understand that our kids need our help. The homeless population needs our help, because they are looked at as mostly, to be honest, like trash. Like, they're nobodies and they're no one. And the point of the matter is, they are somebody. They're gonna be somebody someday. They could be somebody's boss one day. Not because they're down now means you have to keep them down. No, you help lift them up. You help lift their kids up so they can feel like they're somebody. It's about to be the holidays, and like, I feel like a lot of things were supposed to be happening. It's not happening. So if you're a homeless person right now, living, I don't care what state you live in, what part of the world you live in, if you want to do a Zoom chat and I could record you, and it don't have to be a face, or not to be a voice or whatever, definitely DM me, email me. I want to hear your point of view about things. It's just like, another thing too, it's not even about the homeless population, it's about kids in general. Poor neighborhoods, because the richer neighborhoods probably could afford to do internet access, right? Poor neighborhoods but don't have the resources. They're trying to get food, they're trying to make sure they have heat in their house, or well, apartments usually included, heat in their house, stuff like that. They should be given tablets with internet, or in computers with hotspots. I'm confused in poor neighborhoods why a parent, if they can't afford internet, what are they gonna do? Well, I know what NYCHA's doing, actually. They're trying to get community centers, trying to utilize, I don't know if they're going to do it, but they sent out emails about getting community centers, but it's not being used right now, and have them like a school kind of base kind of thing, remote learning kind of environment, which is nice, but you don't want your child to be around all that stuff. Like, granted, I do Girl Scouts with my daughter, so she's not around thousands of kids, or, you know, it's not a lot of kids there. It's like, there's a few. I make sure she's masked up, and, you know, good to go. But it's just like, we need to do better. We need to find ways to do better. And it's just like, I don't know. So if you know, comment down below and tell me if you have any ideas for me, what I can do, who I can write to, what videos I should make, like, about. And yes, guys, I'm very passionate. You might see me, I'm like very passionate about this, because it's like, they're getting overlooked, and it's not their fault. Like, it's not, they didn't ask to be, especially children, babies. Well, babies not in school, but you know what I'm saying. But children are not being, they didn't ask for this. They didn't ask to be in this life. They didn't ask for this to happen, and they're getting overlooked. Babies, even children who are under 5, they used to go, if they're not, well, my child went to daycare from she was 4 months old, but kids need to be around other kids, and because of this is not like happening, it's like, it's a lot for them. So whatever you can do, guys, to help these people out. If you know any people who are doing anything for homeless people, like to raise money or anything like that, tell me about it. I want to be a part of it. I want to make a difference. I wanted to open my nonprofit this year. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it, guys. If you have any idea, I had called 311 at one point. It's been a lot. I did a little research on it earlier this year. I just had nothing to do with the video. But it's not going how I wanted to go, and then now I don't got no money to do it. So yeah, I did research about it, do this, and then I end up getting into a block every time. I don't know, before the Rona happened, and then when it happened, I kind of just let it go. But I do definitely want to do it. I could do a nonprofit. I have to do something else, and then like a business, and then put it through that, because it's like, seem like a nonprofit is a lot of work. Because it's like you're trying to get a form and this and that, you have to get people, it's a lot. So yeah, that's what I want to do right now, guys. Thank you for being on my journey with me. Thank you for watching my channel. Subscribe down below, comment down below, and thank you for being there. We're blessed and highly favored. Later, guys. Bye.